So we've got Doug Addison with us, and Doug is from California.
I live there.
And also he heads up the ministry In Light Connection. And most of that is with regard to the prophetic and all that goes with that. But you've been here the last 3 days, and we've had a wonderful conference here talking about Dream Big. But I just want to draw out from you really some of the areas that you've been touching on as being dreams and how God can communicate with people in dreams. So what value do you put upon dreams in a person's life?
Well, obviously not all dreams are from God, but about a third of the Bible is made up of dreams and visions. Jesus was announced in a dream, and King Nebuchadnezzar with Daniel set up for the coming of Christ, really. I mean, there was a lot of things that happened in the Bible with dreams.
Yeah.
And since not all dreams are from God, though many people are having dreams that are from God, and learning how to recognize those is a really big value. So what we're finding is one, it helps believers to know when God's speaking to them and when it's not just what we call a pizza dream or too much of a cheese dinner in England. Yeah. Or know when it's directional dreams or a prophetic dream or a destiny dream, an intercession dream, a spiritual warfare dream. Because there's a lot of those little things that in there that could really open up for you. Now, the other part of it is using it for evangelism.
Okay, so how do you use that for evangelism?
Oh boy, people are having dreams everywhere. Very similar to Genesis chapter 40, where Joseph goes to interpret the butler and the baker, and they say, we both had dreams, but there's no one to interpret them. Okay. And we're finding that there's people having dreams from God who are not believers, and God's using those dreams to draw them, but there's no one to interpret them in the sense that there's not a spirit-filled believer there. Okay. And 1 Corinthians 2:14 says that that some things are spiritually discerned. It requires the Holy Spirit to discern them. So it's really, really powerful when we interpret a dream for someone. They open up.
You were saying over lunch today of how it is that you can use it as a tool when people aren't open to receive that evangelistic message or to come to faith in Christ, or you can't find a way in to talk to them about the reality of Christ. Yeah. And you've used that in another way. Well, just explain something of the way you use that. Well, we use dream
interpretation and the prophetic in our outreaches. We use it to get the wall down. People are a little more open and they start to talk. And I train my teams really to try to look for the opportunity, the open door, to turn the corner and naturally talk about God. We don't want to just all of a sudden, hey, time out, we're switching, we're going to now cram the gospel down your throat. That's a bait and switch. We don't want to do that.
Right.
But they're already very open, and they're talking about dreams, which is spiritual already. So we use that. If we don't see an open door, we tell them that, what God is speaking to them. And sometimes, a lot of times, that will go into a deeper conversation. But in the cases that it does not, then we just help them with their destiny. We help them find out more about what they feel called to, or maybe some pain in their in the past, and use it to at least better their life so that it prepares them in the future for future encounters that Christians might come, and the Holy Spirit will send someone else to speak to them.